How y'all doing? This is Preacher Man on being listening to episode of Retro TV 91. This time I'm reviewing Smallville Season 3, Episode 6. So what happens on this week's episode is we get some backstory on Jarrell, and the reason we get this is because Lana goes to see her great uncle that supposedly killed her grand aunt. And what we find out is Jarrell came to Earth in the 60s, and he's in Smallville because he has to do some kind of task for his father. And Jarrell meets Lana Lane's great aunt, and they start loving each other, and they start hanging around and stuff. And the cop that's Lana Lane's great uncle's best friend comes up with a plan with Hiram, with Lex Luthor's grandfather. And Lex Luthor's grandfather tries to rob Lana Lane's great aunt, and Jarrell stops him and throws him to a light pole, and Lana Lane's husband's best friend, who's a cop, stops him and arrests him. Well, then he lets Lex Luthor's grandfather out of jail. And that night, Lex Luthor's grandfather comes to her barn and tries to shoot and kill Jarrell, but the bullets bounce off of him, and one of them ricochets and hit Lana Lane's great aunt, and it kills her. And Jarrell runs away, and right as Jarrell's running away, Lana Lane's great uncle sees Jarrell running away, and then Lana Lane's great uncle's friend, who's a cop, shows up and arrests him and pins the murder on him. And what was supposed to happen was they were supposed to kill the Drifter, and he was supposed to go to jail for that. But Lex Luthor's grandfather accidentally killed Lana Lane's great aunt instead. And that's all that happens in flashbacks. Well, during this whole thing, Clark and Lana's trying to figure this out, and Clark goes to the cave and touches the symbol that he sees on the drawing ID of the Drifter. And it looks just like Clark, so he goes to the cave and sees the same symbol, and he touches through the symbol and gets the journal of Jarrell. And everything that Jarrell has touched, if Clark touches it, he gets these memories that I just told you about. And they figure all this out, and Clark goes to the sheriff and tries to get her to arrest the now mayor, who used to be the sheriff, and arrest him for Lana Lane's great aunt's murder. And she ain't got no evidence, so she can't arrest him. So Clark talks to Jonathan Kent, and they go to the caves, and Clark touches some stuff of his grandfather, Hiram Kent. Come to find out, Hiram Kent met Jarrell and helped Jarrell get away, and he trusted Jarrell, and that's why Jarrell chose Jonathan Kent and Martha Kent to be Clark's parents. They was already pre-chosen from this instant when Hiram Kent met Jarrell. And they find this out whenever they go back to the cave or whatever, and they see all the flashes with Hiram Kent and Jarrell, and Clark tells this to Jonathan. And after this, they go to Clark goes to the mayor's house dressed up as Jarrell and makes him act like he's crazy, and the sheriff shows up, and then the mayor confesses to the murder of Lana Lane's great aunt. That's all that really happened, besides Lex finding out that his grandfather was from suicide slums, and that his grandparents was murdered by somebody, and him and his father's going to try to figure that out. My question for y'all is, who do y'all think killed Lex Luthor's grandparents? As always, Preacher Man, I'll be signing out. That's Gucci's also. This has been an episode of Retro TV 91. See you next time.